Arriving at Western in 1980, Jim Kardash, a 6'5", 220-pound tight end, enjoyed instant success as a Mustang when Western opened the decade of the 80s with a Yates Cup championship title by defeating the Laurier Golden Hawks 51-28. This would just be the beginning of one of the most dominant runs by Western teams in OUA history. The 1981 team would become the first Mustang football team to go undefeated in regular season play since the 1957 squad. The Yates Cup game pitted Western versus Guelph, where the Mustangs found themselves down 7-6 at halftime. The offensive run game took over in the second half, and the Mustangs won their second consecutive Yates Cup with a 17-7 victory. By 1982, Jim Kardash had solidified himself as a stalwart at the tight end position. A run-first offense, Kardash became a dominant force in the run-blocking schemes and developed a special chemistry with quarterback Andy Rossett in the Western pass game. Once again qualifying for the Yates Cup title game, the Mustangs defeated the Toronto Varsity Blues 50-21, and Jim Kardash had won his third Yates Cup title as a Western Mustang. At the end of the season, Kardash was recognized for his consistent and rugged play by being named a first-team OUA All-Star at the tight end spot. Teammate Andy Rossett recalls of Kardash, "Jim had a high football IQ. He must have, because I don't remember Coach Haler yelling at him too much. On the football field, I observed how determined Jim was and how he knew what sticking to the process of working hard and paying attention to detail were his strengths. I believe these qualities made Jim an all-star." During the 1983 season, Kardash took it to the next level as he became one of the most feared ends in the country and was named a first-team All-Canadian at the tight end position. The Mustang team also recognized him as their most outstanding player when they awarded him the George McCullough Trophy as the team MVP. Teammate Greg Marshall said of Kardash, "Jim was the ultimate team player, hardworking, positive, and respected by everyone on our team. On the field, Jim was a great receiver and excellent blocker. He showed up every day with a positive attitude and willingness to improve. His biggest impact came off the field, his positive attitude and ability to boost the confidence of his teammates. Jim's constant encouragement and caring nature had a positive impact on his teammates." Fellow tight end Rich Nemeth said, "Jim combined the speed and hands of a receiver with the blocking ability of an offensive lineman. He was a leader on and off the field and a great guy to be around." At the end of the season, Kardash was drafted by the Montreal Concords with the 28th overall pick in the CFL draft. Returning to Western for his fifth season, Kardash was voted team captain of the 1984 squad. Teammate Dennis Hinchberger said he was a quintessential Western football leader. You knew he had the backs of his teammates. Teammate Bill Lindsay recalls, "Cardiac was a prototypical Western captain. He led by example, was vocal when he needed to be, appeared pretty laid back, but had a nice mean streak that would surface when he was on the field." At the end of the season, Kardash was chosen as an OUA first-team All-Star for the third consecutive year. Signing with the Toronto Argonauts for the 1986 season, Kardash was converted to the offensive guard position and became a mainstay of a strong offensive line for 7 years. In 1991, Kardash was part of what is considered the most entertaining team in CFL history, an ownership group that included Wayne Gretzky and John Candy. They were led by phenom wide receiver and kick returner The Rocket. The steady offensive line helped the team finish in first place in the East Division with a 13-5 record and qualify for the playoffs for the 6th consecutive year. Getting to the 79th Grey Cup, Toronto defeated Calgary, winning their 12th Grey Cup by a score of 36-21 in one of the coldest Grey Cups on record. After retirement from the CFL, Kardash became a teacher at Brampton Centennial High School and coached the football team to a Peel Region Championship. He would retire from the Peel District School Board as a school principal. Teammate Irv Damond recalls Kardash at Western. "I remember Jim as a great competitor and teammate who embraced and lived the Western way of life. Kardash always greeted people with a smile and had a way of putting one at ease in his company. On the field, Jim had a fierceness in his play that energized those around him. Jim Kardash, a Mustang legend.